What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about the best power upgrades for your car, best performance upgrades to get you over 500 wheel horsepower. So before I get into it, I gotta wash my car real quick. So I'm gonna move it up some and then I'll set y'all up and we'll get right to the video. So basically today I'm going to be giving you 5 of the best performance mods I think you can buy for the money that are going to help you get over 500 wheel horsepower. So if you haven't seen any of my videos before, I'm in a 2013 Camaro SS 1LE and it has speed engineering long tube headers, a cold air inductions intake, and then it has no cat, so it's pretty much straight pipe all the way back into the factory mufflers. And this setup has been great so far. I don't have any complaints about it, but I'm not tuned and I still have more mods that I'm planning on doing. But this video is kind of going to give you a little bit of insight of mods I'm probably going to do in the future, and also mods I feel like will get you over 500 wheel horsepower. So the first mod that I'm going to recommend that you start with is a cold air intake. The one I currently have in my car is cold air inductions, as I said, but you can go, they have plenty of different kinds you can get, but my first recommendation is to get a cold air intake. It's going to help your throttle response, and for these LS motors it also improves the power and torque as well, considerably more than a lot of other cars out there. And you might be surprised that I suggest a cold air intake as a power mod to help you get to 500 wheel, but they do make that much of a difference on these cars. So definitely consider one or get one if you're trying to get to that 500 wheel mark. The engine has to be able to pull in cool air, and it's very important. But the second mod I'm going to recommend is going to be long tube headers. You absolutely have to change these headers out on these LS3 cars. The stock manifolds are junk. They're absolute trash. Once you change them, you'll immediately notice the difference. I have the speed engineering long tube headers, but again, there are plenty of options you can go with. You can go with 2-inch headers, 1 7/8. I have 1 7/8, but you can go with whatever you want. And anything is so much better than the stock manifolds that you'll see huge power increases just by changing the headers out. It's that terrible. And also, I'm going catless on my car, but if you want to go over 500 wheel, I suggest you go catless as well, unless you stay in a state where they're kind of strict with the emissions laws and things like that. But yeah, you definitely need the long tube headers. Next thing we're going to recommend is a cam. Of course, LS motors love cams. They love cams. So get you a big cam if this is not your daily driver. Even if it is, if you're not driving too far, get you big cam, at least a stage 3 or stage 4 if you can. That's going to help you a lot. That's where you're probably going to see one of your biggest power increases, is when you add the cam. It'll get you right at least to 450 wheel horsepower, if not more, depending on what cam you get and what specs you go with, because there's a lot of things that go into putting a cam in a car. But you combine those with the other mods and it is going to add a ton of power, trust me. Next thing I'm going to recommend is a tune. You're not gonna see 500 wheel horsepower if you don't get a tune. I mean, there's no way. You might actually blow your car up before you even get anywhere near it if you don't get it tuned with the cam or anything else. The tune is probably the most important thing. The tuner is gonna be probably the biggest thing with all the mods that determines if you get over 500 wheel horsepower or not. And you want to make sure you get a good quality tune. You don't want to get a crappy tune on a car with all these mods, because it only takes one thing not performing well, one lifter to float too long, or one time on the throttle for your car to lean out, and that can be your whole motor and thousands of dollars. So make sure you get a good tuner. That's my fourth thing, and the most important thing is going to be the tune with those other mods. And the last thing that'll definitely get you to the 500 wheel mark with the Camaros, with the 5th gen Camaros, is going to be the last thing is going to be the ported intake manifold and throttle body. You combine those with the ported intake manifold and throttle body with the other mods, and it's just gonna, that's the kind of thing that helps the car breathe a lot better, and that would definitely push you over the 500 wheel mark. So those are my things that I feel like will get you over 500 wheel horsepower. And if you want to see videos of me giving you supporting mods of things you should do before you get to 500 wheel horsepower or more, then check out some of my other videos. I'll leave them linked below. But if y'all like this video, then go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to keep uploading content for Camaros all the time, so y'all just stay tuned to my channel. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers, but I do have an announcement coming up in the next video, so y'all stay tuned, and I'll see y'all on the next one.